Hey guys, welcome back to another Reddit video. If you do enjoy this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now to the story. WIBTA: if I leave an 11-year relationship if he doesn't propose by year 12? I've never posted before, but I've basically managed to make my Facebook algorithm all "Am I the asshole" videos. So I guess this is where I'm going to turn for advice now. Not that I don't respect everyone here, but this is not how I was expecting things to go. I've been with my boyfriend, 33M, for almost 11 years now. I'm 28F. We've been living together for about 9-ish years now, and I feel like we have reached a point in our relationship where it would be reasonable to get married. I feel like I've been ready for that step for at least 5 years now, and I have asked on more than one occasion if marriage is still something he is interested in / willing to do. When I have in the past, I remember it as him just laughing it off and saying, "Yeah, I guess." His tone and expressions made it feel to me as though he wasn't taking me seriously, but I don't know what he would say about what his intentions were with how he responded. I just know how it made me feel, not however he viewed it from his side. A few years ago now I directly asked if he had thought about engagement rings, and his response to that was, "Well, I could either have bought a new car, or gotten you a ring." The truck he'd had since before we had met had finally died, and he had needed to buy a new vehicle. I replied with, "Why the fuck would a ring cost the same amount as a car? That seems ridiculous." That was the first time I had ever looked at engagement rings and their prices, and as it turned out you could find an engagement ring that cost upwards of $15,000. I also found examples of rings I thought were pretty, and sets with a wedding band, that costed less than around $1,500, and showed him those as an idea instead. But I also didn't pester him about a ring again for at least a couple of years because he was making vehicle payments and I didn't have any expenses like that at the time. Time passed, I finished my university degree, which had been another reason he had brought up before, that getting married wasn't a priority while I was in school. He finished paying off his vehicle, and I thought, maybe now that he isn't making vehicle payments, he might take that money that used to come out of his account and put it towards a ring instead. But it's been a few years now. And I think he put that money towards tattoos and a PS5 instead. Which is fine, it's his money to spend how he wishes. I just have to make note that he prioritized those things over the next step in our relationship. And the last time I brought up getting married he said, "Marriage is just a box people feel like they need to check off, just like having kids and buying a house." I replied with, "I want to check the box. I want to get married, and have a wedding, then have kids." I feel like I have made my position clear, and it doesn't feel like he cares or places any value in something that's important to me. I don't want him to become a groomzilla and go wedding crazy, but I want him to think it's an important next step in our relationship, even if it's only important to him because it's important to me. I don't want to throw out an 11-year relationship because he didn't buy me something shiny. But I also don't know if I could compromise getting married, and not end up resenting him for it down the road if I stayed and started a family with him without the marriage first. Would I be the asshole if I set a time limit for how much longer I'm willing to wait? Would I be a bigger asshole for telling him I have a time limit, or if I didn't say anything and just let him play the year out like he always would have if I hadn't said anything about it? Am I the asshole for placing value in the symbol of an engagement ring and proposal in the first place, even if I don't expect the ring to have a high monetary value in itself? Sorry for how long that got, and if there's any formatting weirdness.